Agriculture, food security, fisheries, and family farmings are the conversations on the table of the negotiators today. Countries like Nigeria have adopted GMOs as part of its push. Many are rejecting these decisions. However, we are in the streets of COP30 today to hear from the people on the streets if smallholder farmers can feed the world. Come with me, let's have the conversation with people on the streets of COP30.
The position of CORAP in this question is to say the system that are built on the local farmers or on the local development is the best system. Because of today this big industrialization of agriculture, you can see that people have lost their employment. And today I was saying about sickness. Today we are always sick because we eat the bad product from the agriculture. But if we focus our development on the local farmers, I think it will be a solution. Here in Brazil, I have attended some meeting. We are discussing about social bioeconomy. The social bioeconomy is maybe a big reflection about the principles that want to see local community, local farmers be the boss of the development of the country, maybe in the agriculture. It means the government must support more local farmers to do their work, to become a big producers maybe, and to be able to give food to everybody. It is possible.
I believe in food sovereignty. The production of soy is not made to provide food sovereignty, not for the Brazilian people, not for Europeans. It's just to make more money for the big agribusiness companies. And we need to put food at the center, food sovereignty at the center of the climate conversation, because why we produce stuff, currently why are we producing soy or beef? It's mainly to continue feeding big corporations and not the people. So we need to focus on food as a human right and to produce our own food locally. I think this was done here at COP. They tried to produce local food. So we need to help farmers and especially women's farmers.
Pour l'agriculture, les femmes sont déjà dans l'agriculture. Déjà, elles sont confrontées à des problèmes au niveau de l'accès à la terre. Elles ont de petites parcelles. Et dans ces petites parcelles, elles font des démonstrations par rapport à l'adaptation climatique. Elles font des démonstrations, des activités de maraîchage, mais surtout des activités agroécologiques. Donc, pour dire qu'elles cherchent à trouver des solutions. Et pour elles, la solution, c'est l'agroécologie.
I agree with the position that small-scale farmers are actually very important in the feeding of the continent in Africa, because someone I know once said that small-scale farmers are the start-off point for food security. So interestingly, the conversation tomorrow is around agroecology and how we can go back to these patterns of feeding the continent in order to be able to improve the climate. Part of the research that I'm actually conducting actually supports this notion. It's of the fact that we've been having conversations long enough about the fact that we need to look for ways, cut down GHGs to be able to protect the climate. So many times people have not actually looked at this start-off points of food security, who are small-scale farmers, the people who till the soil and every day deal with it, and how they can protect the climate. So it's very important that this COP is actually having that conversation, and I'm happy that we're now having the conversation on agroecology, how it can be used to protect the climate and then to feed the continent as well in one fell swoop. I am of the position that small-scale farmers can actually feed the continent and they can feed the world actually. I think that we need, it's a conversation that is long overdue, and we're having it. Now if you look at the statistics, I think it's about 70 or 80% of the food we consume comes from these smallholder farmers. So it's not just something that it should have started today, but of course it's better late than never.
It is very important that at this COP, the issues of food security, food sovereignty, and smallholder farmers are recognized. It is important because agriculture is an important sector, especially in developing countries and like Nigeria, where you have a greater percentage of people and of women involved in agriculture. In many of the countries, in developing countries, agriculture is the major source of our income that contributes to our GDP. Apart from oil, in some of the countries, agriculture is our livelihood, and it is important any decision that comes out of this COP touches positively on the agricultural sector, because that is our survival. I am happy that small-scale holder farmers who feed the world are being considered and prioritized in this negotiation. I want a situation where the Conference of Parties meeting here will come out with a decision that will protect small-scale holder farmers. As it is now, climate impacts are affecting those who farm on a small scale. It is those who farm on a large scale that are benefiting from the global economy at the moment, because they have the capacity to withstand any climate shocks that come. But for small-scale holder farmers, it is a challenge, because in most countries, you do not even have laws or initiatives that help small-scale holder farmers to bounce back from the impacts of climate change, especially in situations where flood happens, drought happens, they lose so much of their crops. They still depend on rain-fed agriculture, and that is dangerous in the face of climate change. So I would like to see a situation where outcomes here encourage national governments to do all that it takes to protect small-scale holder farmers, because that way our food security will be guaranteed, the economies of small-scale holder farmers will be guaranteed, the food sovereignty of our nations, I'm talking about developed nations, and in my case, Nigeria, will be guaranteed. For if this is not done, climate change is likely going to continue to negatively impact small-scale holder farmers. So we need strong decisions here to protect our small-scale holder farmers, because that is what gives us life, that is what gives us food, that is what gives us our identity as Nigerians or as Africans. That is who we are, and climate change shouldn't change who we are.
Agroecology and smallholder farmers can feed the world. These are the many testimonies that we have heard from the people on the streets of COP30 today. And we do hope that these conversations from the people on the streets of COP30 will make it to the negotiations rooms, and the negotiators will understand fully that it is time to depend solely on our smallholder farmers and to equip them better to improve the climate situation that they find themselves. From the streets of COP30 here in Belém, I am Kome Ojomo. Thank you.